You're listening to Cross Rhythms Plymouth 96.3 FM, and I'm joined in the studio by two lovely people, one of which has been here many times, actually, Katie.
Yeah.
The other, not so much. Maya, it's great to have you here as well. And it's Katie and Maya from Plymouth Christian Centre here to talk about something that we've talked about a number of times, Katie, which is Brave Women's Conference. Now, we have talked about it a number of times in the past, but there will be people listening who've never heard about it. So I'll ask you the same question I ask you each year. In general terms, what is Brave Conference?
So Brave Conference is a women's conference that we host once a year. And our heart and our passion is really for women to come where they feel loved, they feel empowered, and they just have a real sense of community. We get to hang out and have great fun together and just be really inspired by our speakers. Yeah. So, it's a great day.
And it's kind of a culmination, isn't it, of the sort of women's ministry that goes on sort of year round, day in, day out, I suppose, in the life of PCC. And that's kind of your involvement, isn't it, Maya? You've been involved in the kind of women's ministry and helping out with Brave a little bit on team as well, aren't you?
Yes. And it's been really great to see it kind of grow over the last few years. The team has grown as well. And we've, been able to get people who just have real gifts when it comes to administration and they love a spreadsheet and it's just been really great to see people kind of come alongside Kate especially and say, I see the vision that you have for this conference and I want to support you in it. So it's really, really fun.
And you've kind of touched on it there, Maya. You've always sort of pioneered this in many ways, haven't you, Katie? I know other people have rallied around you, but it's been on your heart for years, hasn't it, about women's ministry and kind of just loving on women where they're at, being a community for women and helping them engage with and discover faith more and more, isn't it?
100%,
That's kind of been your heart through the years.
Yeah, 100%.
And so let's talk specifically then about this year's Brave. Tell us what's the theme. I know you have a theme each year.
We do. So I'm excited about this year. So this year's theme is Speak Life. And I just think it's just so important that we do speak life over each other and we actually hear what God says about us. I think so often we just can hear the voices of, what maybe other people have said, or actually that's not who God says we are or how God sees us. So I do feel super excited about this year's conference and the theme. So definitely.
Yeah, great stuff. Pull back the curtain a little bit. How does the conference take shape? When does a theme like that come into play? Is it something that you kind of have on your heart and think about for years? Do you kind of come to it later, or does it change year to year?
I think I just spend time really just praying and asking God, what is it he's kind of laying on my heart? So I do try and be intentional in that.
Love that. So it's not something that's just on a whim. It's something that you've really considered. This theme of Speak Life is really something you feel that God wants to speak to women at this time.
And I think for me personally, just obviously, my story, but I just think, I feel very excited about this year just because I know for so many years that I really struggled just with hearing the voices of what other people had said. And sometimes I think you can be a Christian for a long time. And for me, I almost had to go back to the beginning a little bit and just start being focused again and just really pressing into what God has said. And so, I guess it's been a bit of a personal thing this year, but I do really believe that it's going to empower and impact many women that come.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as you say, comparison in any time in history has probably been a big thing, and comparing ourselves to others and worrying about what other people say about us. But in this day and age with social media rampant and everyone kind of, so much of our lives is done digitally in a space where it's designed for us to compare negatively to other people, isn't it? So I totally hear that in terms of that theme. We're going to stop for some music and pick up the conversation with Katie and Maya after this. You're listening to Cross Rhythms Plymouth. I'm in conversation with Katie Wright and Maya from Plymouth Christian Centre, both of whom are involved in Brave Women's Conference for this year. Katie, you have been for many years. Maya, I don't know how long you've been involved on team and things, but I know you've been to the conference before and been at PCC for a number of years. So tell us from your experience then what it's been like to kind of attend a conference and kind of the benefits that you see that it brings to women.
So what I love about the Brave Conference is it's growing. it's grown a lot, but it's not too big. So for people who maybe are not used to kind of going to conferences, it's a great way to kind of come and support the city that we live in, although there are people coming, you know, from all across Devon. And the themes that we kind of focus on each year, you know, I still remember last year's theme was found. This year's theme is Speak Life. And I think they touch on issues which are so important to women.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, as you said, David, like women, we've kind of been taught in society to compete against one another and not speak life into somebody else. And I think we need more of that. So it's actually a real responsibility to be able to kind of have a group of women and kind of speak God's truth over them.
Yeah.
And it's something that I value every year. I get quite excited for the conference, and it stays with me for the next 12 months. So
that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. That must encourage you, Katie, to hear that that's how people are receiving it, because that's obviously your heart for it.
Yeah.
So that community aspect, then, you're saying it's like it's large-ish and growing, but it's not too big. So that sense of like almost networking, for want of a better phrase, like, you know, building relationships, building community, that's a real aspect as well, Maya, from what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it's kind of it within my family, but I saw my mother-in-law yesterday, and she actually asked me about the conference. She said, "Oh, are you going?" I said, "Yeah, like I'm on team." And she had heard about it in her church. I didn't even know we had a connection with her
cool.
church, and she said like there was about like 5 or 6 women who were definitely going.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to, because I asked her to look after my children. But the fact that she had heard about it, and you know, she's on the other side of the city, I think that's just, it speaks volumes.
Yeah, absolutely. It does engage people from all kinds of different churches. Now, one of the aspects we've talked about before, Katie, is that obviously it is a Christian conference, it's in a church, but your heart's always been that if you're listening to this and you're not a Christian, don't consider yourself a Christian, but you're interested, you're kind of maybe seeking for answers in life, it's a good place to go for that as well. And you'll find a warm welcome, and you'll find people who'll be willing to listen to those conversations, won't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, I mean, obviously we're part of it, but it's just such a friendly environment. Everyone who hasn't been before, always the feedback is always like, oh, we were made to feel so welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so excited. Last night, we were in church, and this lady had come to church last week, and I just picked up her son, and just felt a real sense to just come into church. She hadn't been to church, and then she came back again last night, and then I got introduced to her, and then I was just really felt to just ask her to come, and she was like so unchurched, whatever that means. And she just said yes, and so I'm just so excited. So I love you can see as I'm speaking, I get all like hyped up over this. I love the fact that we create a place for women who are really have got a strong faith, that know who they are in God. But as I say every time, my real heart is always to reach those that have got no idea who Jesus is. And so we always try and make space for those ladies to come and just really feel welcome. And
that's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a great access point. So if you are listening to this and it sounds like something you'd be interested in, wherever you're at on the spectrum of Christian faith, as you say, whether you've been a Christian a long time, don't yet consider yourself a Christian, there's something for you at Brave. Before we kind of wrap up and get into the details of like when it is and what the tickets are and all that kind of stuff, which is very important, we won't miss that out. Tell us about the speakers, because I know you invite speakers each year. Who have you got this year?
So we have listened to I'm not going to sound ultra spiritual on this one, because this wasn't a prayer. I listened to what the ladies wanted for next year, from last year, sorry, and they were all really wanting Emma to come back. And so Emma and I have become friends over the last few years, and she was just incredible last year. So Emma and her husband lead a church in Liverpool called Liverpool One. She has her own Brave Heart conference, which is an incredible conference that she does that in May. And so, she's just a phenomenal speaker. I couldn't get my words out there. Just such a great communicator, really has got a gift of just being able to bring the Bible alive, but to make it really relatable. And I think that's the beauty of having Em, where she, if you are in your walk, you'll, when she speaks on scripture, you'll understand it. But she's also got this gift, as I say, where if you've got no idea, anything about the Bible, then she's able to really apply it to our lives. And so, we're very excited to have Emma. And then my other friend, Shireen Crawford, again, she hasn't actually spoken in Brave before, but she's flying all the way over from California.
Amazing.
Just to be with us.
Wow.
So yeah, her and I became friends. We started a mentorship program together a few years back and just absolutely hit it off. She's got 2 beautiful adopted daughters, and obviously I foster.
Yeah.
So there was just that real instant connection. And yeah, she's doesn't actually work for the church. She's on the leadership, but again, got a real heart for women's ministry and does go around speaking. So yeah, we've got a mixture this year, but it's going to be an amazing day. I'm so excited.
That's so good. So good. Really, really exciting stuff. So you can find out more about Brave Conference if you go to Plymouth Christian Centre's website. So search Plymouth Christian Centre online and go to the events bit and you'll see Brave Conference on there. So it's the 2nd of November.
It is.
And 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. What can you tell us about kind of the practicalities of the day? What's it going to look like in terms of those timings and things?
Yeah, okay. So doors open at 9. Conference will start at 10. So ladies, I know that we all love a little chit chat and we love a coffee, but encourage you to kind of get there for about 9:30. And then they'll have sessions, and then obviously we've got a lunch break. Lunch will be included in your ticket price. And then more sessions in the afternoon. It's due to finish around 4:30. So if you do need to get a train or a bus or transport, etc., and to be picked up, it's when it finishes. I just want to encourage you guys to just come. Tickets are £25. But if you are a student or under 18, we've got a lot of our young adults coming. They're just £10. But again, if finance is difficult, then please do get in touch. We never want finance to stop anybody from coming. And so, just really important that, we just would love you to come. So don't let that stop you from coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Maya, help me if I miss anything else. The stalls. Maya's going to have a stall there.
Nice.
There's you can like shop. There's lots of different things that you can buy.
Good stuff.
You hit it all.
Have I hit it all?
Great stuff. Yeah. Well, it's really exciting. And as I say, the best place to go to find out more, search Plymouth Christian Centre on Google, go to the website and then check out Brave Conference through the event site. As Katie said there, and you've said every year, I think it's really important that it is a costed event. However, if that is an issue, like you're not lying, you really want people to get in touch. You've let people come in for free in the past where that's been a real necessity for them and they would have missed out otherwise. So if it is an issue,
we do need you to, just because of lunches.
Yeah.
So if you were to turn up on the day, then we can't obviously guarantee that you'd get a lunch. So if you do need a free ticket, then please just let us know. I mean, there will be a few spaces where, if people want to come and just book on the day. But we just want to encourage people to, just because we've got gifts as well. We want to be able to bless you ladies as well. So we want to make sure we've got enough of all those little things as well for you guys.
Totally. So booking in advance is really important, and that is through the website. And there is a little form there as well, contact form as well. So kind of easily contactable in terms of that. So ladies, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best for the conference.
Yeah, thank you.